Boy, shit, wrong account. Welcome to Props to Consider and Then Made Bet. I am your host. I am your paragon of virtue. I am Lou Betya. For UFC Vegas 82, right before the break, right before Thanksgiving, I am grateful for so many things. One thing I'm grateful for before we start is my guest this week, Mr. Tyler. Dude barely works out. He's like dollar store Pat. No, I'm kidding. We were supposed to do the show. We were supposed to do the show forever ago, and then I took my hiatus and retirement, and then Catch Warrior fucked it all up by not being able to carry the burden of Lou Betya's diapers. So I had to come back to rescue the show, and this is a long overdue one. My man Ty, 1-3 MMA. How are you doing? How are you feeling about this card? Talk with my people.
Dude, I love this card. This is a fantastic card. In fact, when you hit me up and you said, hey, Tyler, I want to have you on. What card do you want? This one was above everything because immediately I had already two spots I loved for a prop before the odds dropped, before anything, because I knew there were going to be money. I just had to find a third. Already found it. We're set. I freaking love this card. I'm stoked.
I'm glad you're here. And look, it's Thursday night. It's during football. Like, we're doing this a little later than usual, but I don't give a shit. And I'm about to do a marathon of the night. I want to shout out my chat real quick. Mushroom, I don't know if you guys know, he came with the channel. He was here and we created this thing. They were like, you have to take this guy. It's great. My dude, Sean V, Professor Motherfucking Chaos is here. My girl, Jenna Marie. Pepe Sylvia. Hey, Pepe. I am the most grateful for Mug Shorties as we get to Thanksgiving. My birthday is next Friday. All I can hope for. Do you know what Mug Shorties is, Ty?
No idea.
You have to follow Mug Shorties.
Okay.
It's just pictures of women that are very attractive, it depends, that have been arrested, and it says what they're arrested for, and it really becomes a matter of like human psychology. Would you fix them or not? It's tremendous. It's the best.
Do you have to fix them, or can you just use them for a night? That's terrible. I can't say that. We're live. It's too late.
You already said it. Well, but that's in that way. There's still a matter of it's fixation. You're fixing. You're contributing to the zeitgeist of their psyche. And you know, like at that point, it would depend on, do you resemble or fit the father figure that they all probably solely need?
Yes, I will put them over my knee and be their father.
We got my guy Zach Johnson here. Zach's great, dude, man. We got me in the chat, and Pepe saying sup, boys. Pepe's my fucking dude. If you guys aren't following Pepe, you hate money, dude. So sharp, man. But now because Pepe exists and he hit the Pfeiffer one, now I can't give round 2 props anymore. Like, I'm not allowed to do round 2. Pepe has patented the round 2 prop, which is great because round 3 pays better. But we're going to cover this card right now. Ty, what is the first prop to consider you have on this UFC Vegas 82 card?
Okay, so I'm going to start with the most controversial one this week because everybody's been on me about this. Everybody has been harassing me saying I'm on the wrong side. Everybody. Okay. So everybody and their mother is on Eileen Perez this week. I'm not. Lucy Pudilova is my girl. I'm a big fan of her, first off. So there's that. I'm a bit biased. But also, she's better than this woman everywhere. She's going to beat the brakes off her. The only thing Perez has is probably just a little bit more elevated aggression. And I don't think that's going to matter because I think Pudilova is going to put her in her place. So give me Pudi inside the distance at plus 600 to get this done. And let me tell you, Lou, I've got none of these props outside of the main event that are under plus 600. So you're in for a treat tonight, brother.
I love it. You and I talked earlier in the week about Pudilova, and I'm not going to give this out on the show. Is that Zuckerberg? Look, our guy Mellon, if it doesn't say lock next to it, I can't take him seriously. Because when he comes in with locks, they're locks, dude.
Okay.
All he does is print money. So he's just saying you look like Zuckerberg, but he didn't say the lock. If he put the lock sign next to it, I'm doing the show with Zucks. And I know it.
Okay, so real quick. I don't know if anybody else gets this, but in my comments, I've been told I look like so many people, like outrageous. I've heard everything from just now Zuckerberg. But who the hell is everybody says Sean Strickland whenever I cut my hair. Everybody says, oh, what's his face? He got knocked out by Oh God, I forget now. Anyway, Morono, pretty much any white dude with a buzz cut. I get everybody that has a. Oh, Eddie Wineland is the one I get the most. I get all of these, right? I don't know. Does everybody else get this or what? Or is it just me?
I mostly get told I look like Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Dude, spitting image, man.
With the hat and the beard and the pudding pops and the No, I get like for the old people in the chat, when I had longer hair, I got told I look like Dan Cortez. Do you know who that is?
No idea.
He used to do like MTV Sports. It's MTV and it's sports. I got told I look like Dan Cortez a lot. And then also I got told I look like Hanson, like the band Hanson, like the boy band.
Jeez.
Because I have my long hair. Now that I'm older, now I get told I look like a rotting corpse. So I long for the days when like I was told I look like people. And I think if I were you, I'd be like, cool, I look like a living human being.
There you go. That's not too bad.
And this is like, that's not nice, but kind of, whatever. And then with Juicy Q, what's up, dude? Juicy, I already got props that I found online that are like crazy wide. Juicy Q is the dude that goes, he's like, oh, BetMGM has this weird prop. Dude, he's like a fucking Mac with this shit.
I'm glad he's here because I'm going to need him in the main event.
So this is not one of the props I'm going to give out on the show, but you and I talked about this all week. And I will say this is one to consider, even though it's not one of my props, is that I am on the Pudilova side too. I think this line is wide. And one thing that like has come out since you and I talked is that Eileen Perez is like alluding to all this crap and like that she's gotten injured recently and she's got a cut. And like, she's like, oh, I'll say all of it after the fight. And it's like, she talked to Alex Bahunin about this. Like, there's tweets about it. It's like, dude, I look like Ilya Taporia. I'm sure I do. I look like magic. I have to live a certain way. Like, she's talking about she got cut in practice and like, dude, so like if Pudilova hits her a couple times, could bust her open. Who knows? Look, you and I talked earlier in the week that like, I think Perez is a great hammer, bad nail. And yeah, her cardio looked good against Ashley Evans-Smith. But like, what if it doesn't just go her way? What if Pudilova can stuff some of these takedowns and Perez gasses? Because on the feet, Pudilova is a way better striker. And now you're giving me this incentive where Perez has a pre-existing injury where she can get hit twice and like be busted open. We talked about Pudilova round 3, 2,500.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not one of the props I'm even giving out, but like, let's fucking go, dude.
So
and like, look at Pudilova. Pudilova's had a tough life, man. Like, look at her pictures, man. Eileen Perez prancing like a motherfucker on OnlyFans. Pudilova's like I work for Bag of Rice.
I mean, the only reason I'm not on the round 3 is because I'm not very confident it makes it that far. If we get the Pudilova of old that likes to get in a brawl, she could start tearing this poor woman up, and I don't think it lasts till round 3, especially because one thing Pudilova has that is absolutely nastier than anybody else in the division is her ground and pound from mount. Her elbows are so brutal, man.
Who is it? Is it Brady's girl? She wrecked.
Oh, yeah. Oh, brutalize her. It was like a hate crime.
Dude, that was like you fucked my boyfriend shit. Like, it was like, oh my God. That's out of nowhere, man. Like, all right, I will get to my next pick. So my lowest odds one is plus 510. I guess we'll get there. Yeah, this is again the odds to me. It's not the money line, but like Pinheiro KO at plus 510 on my one book is like. Look, I think I don't know if Pinheiro has the cardio. It's weird because she did against Hughes. I don't know if she has the cardio to win a fight against Hebas. I know Hebas is coming down in weight. Hebas is like crazy hittable. And like, I don't know what a Pinheiro decision looks like. I guess the Pinheiro decision looks like her hitting her a lot and surviving the third round. That's what I guess it looked like. But man, Pinheiro's got some power at plus 510 against a hittable human being, dropping down in weight again. I don't know, man. I 5-1 is a shocking number for me. So again, it's a play on the number more than anything else. I think Hebus wins this fight at a higher clip. I think the line's justified. But 5-10 is crazy to me. Like, I don't know if you have any like feeling on this fight, if you have any bets on it, but like what's Pinero's like win condition? Popping a defenseless,
Yeah. I mean, I totally passed on the fight, but you're right on the win condition. She's got to finish. She's not going to be able to match the output.
Yeah. I mean, like, again, you give me some of these, we have other fights in this card. Like, you're going to talk about Jaka, and I caused some fucking firestorm today with my Jaka round 3 sub at 80-1. And you should donate money. And I'm like, dude, I mean, you got a guy with no takedown defense against a guy who at least has shown some grappling, like, and the line's already crazy. But like, is his grappling good? No. But again, I'm looking at an 80-1 fucking prop. Dude, I bet a 120-1 prop with Dontel Mays round 3 sub against Hamdi.
Yeah, that was a bad bet. Hamdi was going to win that.
It's $5, dude. Yeah, but it's $5. Dude, I make that in a week. It's nothing to me.
It's fair.
I'll throw $5. I'll fling $5 at the fucking window. But anyway,
to be fair, I was the only person in the world on Hamdi in that fight, and I was so happy.
One of my recent Zayd Hussein was on him, dude. He
really?
loved. Oh my god, he dropped a bag on him. He's like this, but it was more because he's like, how do you ever bet Dontel Mays ever in any situation? I'm like,
yeah,
right. I'm taking $5 on a 120-1 prop. I didn't bet Mays to win that fight. I'm like, fuck it, I'll bet 120-1. And look, it got the third. I'm like, I'm live.
It's true.
And then, no, I wasn't. But nice bet on Hamdi, dude. Like,
yeah.
But all right, that's one prop each. What's your next prop? Doesn't matter what you do. Go ahead. What's your next prop you got?
So we talked about the series.
Oh, here he is. By the way, see, here he is. He knows.
Jeez.
Melon knows. Here comes the locks. I love this dude, man. Love him. Friend of the channel. Love the guy.
Those are some wild locks. Who knows? But hey, maybe. But for the next one, okay, so we talked about Jeka Saraghi. Here's the deal. Jeka Saraghi is going to put this guy into the grave. He's going to end him. And here's the thing. Jeka's overlooked, and here's why. Because he came in into a matchup in the wrong division. First off, he didn't cut any weight to make 155. So he comes in, 155 pounds, he fights Anshul Jubli. Everybody's down on Anshul Jubli. That's wrong. Anshul Jubli looked great in the first 2 rounds against Breeden.
Well,
here's the problem.
Couch Warrior ruined him for Twitter.
Yeah, and that sucks because
Mike ruined him for life.
But and he did, and that sucks because Jubli did really well in the first 2 rounds against Breeden. He was whooping him, right?
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, Saraghi did not get that far. But he also weighed like 153 pounds because he just didn't cut weight. That's where he just weighs that. He probably should be a bantamweight, not even a featherweight. But the dude hits like a freight train. I don't know if you watched his Road to the UFC fights, but that dude, when he hits you, it sounds like somebody's slinging bricks at the side of someone's head. The dude hits like a truck. And I got him inside the distance at plus 650 just in case he decides to club and sub him. But I don't think he's going to get the chance. Like, he's going to hit this dude and he's going to drop him dead. He's going to drop him like a sack of potatoes. So I'm going Jeka. I feel good about it. I bet him. I considered this prop and I bet this prop. Plus 650 inside the distance, Jeka Saraghi.
Let's go, dude. I actually, look, he has very minor decision equity. I will just say this. I'm not going to give my ridiculous Jeka props out on the air. But, like, there's anybody who's parlaying Alexander is out of their fucking minds. And, like, he's never shown they could stop a takedown. Jeka showed some grappling, like, on it was the semifinals, I think, of the road to UFC. Like, dude, this is a low-level fight. Like, it's almost like a system bet. Like, you bet the other guy. And Alexander is a bum, dude.
He's not that good.
Like, I mean, if he doesn't lose the Jubli fight, what's this line?
Jeka's a big favorite.
Oh, no, I don't know about that, but it's not. Well, I know it's not 5-1. I think it's closer to a pick 'em, I would say. Like, but it's bonkers. This line is like, this is a dumb line. I'm betting the round 3 sub just to piss off Narco and all these fucking dudes that like talk shit to me. Like, just to be like, good. Oh, I should have donated. bitch, I'm betting like $5-10 on it. Like when it
Right.
wins, like I'm gonna spend that money, just rub myself in all your like fake shop shit. I shouldn't talk shit. It's my dude. Big Steve, does Jekka have a Krav Maga background? I never fought him, so no. I only ever fought dudes that had a Krav Maga background, you bitch. Check out Big Steve shit, by the way. Ty, you'd like Big Steve stuff. He's no nonsense,
Okay.
dude. He's really good. Big Steve's really good. He's so good I don't want to work with him. Like he's too good.
That's good.
He's too intimidating. He's got that Australian husk.
Nice.
He's got a solid beard. He's got I don't know, peaches and apples, like a bowl of fruit. I don't know what the fuck he has at his house, but like he's pretty solid.
All
There
right.
you go. I'll rub your fucking titties, juicy. Round three sub for Jake at 80-1. Just putting it out there. But
that's legit.
All right, we both have the Jose fight, so I'll hold off on that. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get to the one that, like, look, man, this is the hardest fight I've had to cap all week is the Brito JSP fight. I like both guys. I really like JSP. But there's a prop that stands out to me here. Everybody's like, oh man, like it's Brito. Everybody thinks it's Brito round 1 or bust. And I am not certain that it is. But what's crazy to me is that his KO prop is so different than his sub prop. Because I kind of think if Brito's going to win this fight, it's early and it's from a guillotine. It's from Pierce just shooting or not liking getting hurt. Dude, Brito round 1 sub is 12-1 for a guy who has a great choke series against a guy who constantly puts himself in bad spots getting choked. I think 12-1 is a sick price. I don't think Brito was round 1 or bust. I think Brito was in the distance or bust. I'll say that. I think if this fight goes a distance, it's Pierce's 98% that he like top timed him, had control, like wore him down. But I think Brito can win out of the first round. But that being said, man, this round 1 sub at 1,200 for a guy who constantly gets himself into trouble, could be a clubbing sub, could be a bad entry. I have a track bet on Pierce and I hate it. Like, I really hate it. And like, I'm probably going to hedge out of it. Like, I just don't know what to do. And I fucked up the number too. Cause like the money came in on Britos. I thought like 130 on Pierce. I'm like, oh, this is a great number. And like, now I'm like, fuck.
I'm straight up going to bet that round 1 sub as soon as this is over. I'm considering.
I mean, it makes sense, dude.
Yeah.
12-1 is crazy. Like, yeah. Big Steve, I mean, only to lucrative has the big, sexiest accent, but like, the difference with Steve is he gets right into the fights and doesn't spend 20 minutes fucking telling you how great he is. He just fucking does it. Sorry, bitches. So now we both have the Jose Johnson fight. I don't know what you have, but I know that you have a prop on it. So I wonder if it's the same one.
Well, let's find out, Lou, because Lou, let me tell you, here's the deal. There is a man.
Again, Brito, not just live to round 1. Just putting that out there.
There you go. There's a man on this card, Lou. I got to tell you about this. There's a man on this card who has multiple losses. 83% of those losses come by way of submission. Hey, look who it is. There you go. But 83% of these losses come by way of submission. And that man is Chad Anheliger, who happens to have very long limbs that snatch up triangles and chokes and arm bars and all that really nice stuff. Jose Johnson. Jose Johnson by sub. You can get that at +600. At least last time I checked.
You get it at +700 because I have the exact same prop as you.
There you go. Well, it's +600 this morning before I came into work.
There's a 700 hanging out there. Yeah.
Or on a different book because I just looked on Bet Online. But either way, I have a bet on it. I think it's a beautiful play because, like I said, Chad Anheliger, out of all of his losses, I believe it's 5 of them are by sub. I think he's got 6 losses, 5 of which by sub. Like literally all but 1. Dude gets subbed. So what's going to happen? I don't even have Johnson money line. I just have the sub play. I probably should play the money line to cover it, but I didn't.
So I don't even know what to add to that. That's my other prop that I have.
Nice.
I have an auxiliary prop. I always have, just in case somebody has the same. But I want to add that, like, Nothing to add to your breakdown, but when Jose Johnson, because you can't see this anymore on like tape, because like they don't do this like on any of the sites with tape. When he came out for his Contender Series fight, he had 2 hoes at ringside, and it was a white girl and a black girl, and so you can't tell me they're related. You can't tell me any of this crap. I'm watching this and I'm like, them's 2 hoes, and this is like, you couldn't get guests in the Apex. I'm like, okay, so one's his wife and one's his fucking side piece. Some shit's going on here. But I love the fact that like the only 2 people he had a cage fight, and they were hoes, dude. And I'm respectful of women. Them's hoes is what they were.
You can respect hoes. They're all right.
They're working hard.
Yeah.
So always I'm like, oh my God, I fucking love Jose Johnson. He literally didn't bring his family. Well, I mean, maybe that's, I don't know. But he got 2 hoes at ringside and he won. It was against Cartwright. And I'm like, how do I not fucking love this guy? The Blackshear fight, look, man, Blackshear was 0-2. Had taken some, we liked Blackshear. We were betting him like +3.5. Like the community liked Blackshear. He needed to come out with a statement win. Look, he got twisted. Like, okay, I'm not saying that's like an acceptable thing. Blackshear fought like a man possessed, and he was going to take him down and just like enforce his will. This is a setup fight for Jose Johnson. The guy's name is Chad. So like I saw Clint, and I love Clint. Clint, you just bet units on a dude named Chad. What are you doing? His name is fucking Chad. He sucks. He's shorter than me. There's like 9 people on the planet shorter than me. And Chad Henniger is one of them. You bet that dude. He's 36. He may as well be my age. You just bet Lou against an actual athlete that fights. What are you doing, dude? I think Johnson can use his length. I think he can do whatever he wants here. And I think there's another fight on this card that's my auxiliary prop that I will talk about, where I think it's not going to go Henniger's way and he's going to shoot. And Jose is going to use those long limbs. He's going to grab a neck, dude.
100%.
So I have my auxiliary, my tertiary prop that I had, in case you're the same one, is a very similar idea. And that's Michael Morales sub at +800. And it's a lot for the same reasons. It's a reach advantage. It's an athletic advantage. I hate Jake Matthews. He stinks. People are capping him like, oh, he knocked out Fialho. Seriously, I think he's still capped on the Fialho performance. Dude, what the fuck is he going to do here? He's not going to be able to get in a range at all. He's not going to get any takedowns. Max Griffin, who I rate so much higher than him, went 0 for 8. Like, couldn't do shit. And Max Griffin, by the way, durable guy too. Couldn't do shit. Ate it. Morales almost had him out of there. What the fuck is Matthews going to do to this guy? He's never going to be able to get in a range. And he's the other guy, he's very capable of shooting a bad takedown. And Morales just eating his neck. On a side note, when you see young prospects who are just going to level up like every time you see them, and he's coming off a decision win, do you think they're happy with this?
You'd hope not.
No, this is going to be like, fuck. Because Morales, if you watch the last couple of his fights, it's not that he takes the first round off. It's that he's like a downloading data kind of guy. I think this is just, I'm going and fucking this dude up kind of fight. I think Morales shows up and shows out. And I think the sub is very live when Matthews just starts shooting stupid fucking takedowns, when he's getting kicked in the body relentlessly, and he's done. By the way, Darius Flowers took this guy down on like 2 days' notice. Darius fucking Flowers. And I had like a 0.1. I had a Couch Warrior-esque 0.03 unit stupid shit on like Flowers round 1 sub. I'm like, well, he's gonna win. That's how he's gonna win. And then I had Matthews round 2 for like 0.8 units. I'm like, he's just gonna beat him after he gasses. So
that's funny. I had a full unit on Matthews round 2 sub. Like, not even kidding, in that fight. But I also had a full unit on Flowers round 1 KO. So it was gonna hit either way.
Remember what I said about following Big Steve? I retract all these comments. Don't follow him.
Unfollow it.
Don't pay attention. Unfollow. Get him below 500 followers. Never allow him to get to the magnitude of the MMA Engine channel. He is the worst. No,
Blacklisted.
I'm kidding. Go follow Big Steve, despite his insolence. Despite his, if he wants to, Big Steve, if you want to fucking go, I'll find you a plane ticket online that you can pay for, and I will give you an address that is close to my house. And then maybe I will meet you. So anyway, we are at the main event. We got Brandon Allen against Paul Craig. I'm going to let you start with this one. Actually, I'll start with this one so you can start the yam bags. Do you know John Sturgarian? Do you ever watch Club and Sub? Are you aware of the Club and Sub pod?
No. So I'm just now finding out that I don't know who hardly anybody is in this whole space outside of the like 7 or 8 people I watch. Right. And I just realized that there's like dozens of others that I just had no clue existed.
I'm the superstar, you know, because I've watched other pods and I'm like, what's up, sluts? Watch my shit. And then I like bribe them. Anyway, John and Danny Lags they do a Wednesday show, and John is like hysterical. He's been on the show before. John and I like have talked so many times. I never agree with his bets. I like his process a lot. I never agree with his bets. But John and Danny were so fucking funny last night. Funny breaking down a Hooper fight. But also he's like, but what happens when this fight gets late and Paul's in the Bear Jew-verse? And I'm like, oh my God. The Bear Jew-verse. That's terrifying. Like, there's the Spidey-verse. There's the Metaverse. I can't handle mentally the Bear Jew-verse. I cannot handle it. Can you? If you're fighting Paul Craig for like 45 minutes and then all of a sudden you entered the Bear Jew-verse.
That'd be terrifying.
Yes. That's my point. Just hearing the term, I'm like, I wouldn't want any fucking part of that. Now,
I don't even know what it looks like. Can't even fathom.
Dark and Scottish?
Maybe.
But like no
Probably
Scotch.
Scottish.
But like no Scotch, which makes it so much worse. So, look. System play is Craig sub at 5-1 because there's not a non-zero chance that Allen's stupid enough to dive in a guard. Allen has shown suspect that fight IQ. But round 1, round 2 for Allen, no method is like minus 138.
It's a good number.
And honestly, man, as long as you're not dumb enough to dive into Craig's guard, as much as I hate Allen's like fight IQ, he's got all the skills here to like just bonk this fucker. Like, and I love Paul Craig, man, but like Allen should just fuck him up. Like, even if Craig wants to like just lay on the ground, Allen's good enough to just stay out of guard and like just rain down ground and pound. I think Allen knocks him out. Round 1, round 2 to me, minus 130 is good enough. What do you think of this fight, dude? I mean, it's a weird main event. It's a weird fucking main event. And before I pass to you, Paul Craig probably has made more money as a dog than any fighter in the history of the UFC. Like, I don't know if there's a fighter that's cashed more as a dog than him.
I know of one. Cody Durden. Dude's been a dog in every single fight, and he wins so often.
Oh, but I mean, by the way, as somebody who like appreciates the market price of reach arounds, I really do think that he would be like, also here's $10. Tell nobody where you got this from. So I am agreeing with this entire comment. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Yep. So you're good. So yeah. Okay. So first things first, I do agree that Brendan Allen he's very much the side, right? He probably wins this fight. He should win this fight. He's got a more well-rounded skill set. He's the better fighter on paper. But with all that said, I'm not going to bet on this fight. I'm just, because we're doing a main event prop, I'm considering, and the only one I would even take time to consider would be Paul Craig inside Paul Craig inside the distance. At plus 375, I do believe, which is a good number. And if you threw a little bit of lunch money on it, I wouldn't be mad, because if it doesn't hit, well, you go hungry Monday. You don't get lunch. You get breakfast and dinner. You tough it out. But if it hits, it's a pretty good lunch. So I don't mind a lunch money shot on Paul Craig inside the distance.
Okay, dude.
That's all I got on that one, because I'm passing on that fight totally.
I just wanted to. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. All right. Well, we have made it to. It's a hard fight to bet. By the way, I don't know how you feel. How do you feel about this? I don't like main events where like a favorite's minus, like juiced. Like that's the point of having. And like you look at like even Morales. Like I'm excited to see Mike Morales fight. If you told me this card, the main event was JSP Brito, I'm fucking all about it, man. Like that to me is the best fight on the card. At the very least, should be on the main card or the co-main event. Dude, you're giving me like a bunch of minus 300. How do you feel about that? Like, do you like cards for like the main events at least? Like, shouldn't it be competitive even if like it's not the most casual thing?
So, so I kind of agree. The only time I would say otherwise would be obviously like title fights where there's just nobody that's going to be even close, because then you can't, you know what I mean? You can't just pretend that somebody's going to be. But
yeah, if it's like Volk against like Korean Zombie and it's like
right,
it's whatever you get, right? But
yeah, what are you going to do? Put him in the undercard?
But you get that, like that's different circumstance. Like they have fucking time, you know, like.
Yeah, in this type of event, you'd want it to be pretty close. And I do think that they thought this might have been closer than it is in the line, because I think it is closer than the line suggests, because I think it's getting a little out of hand. Because I think, like, what, Brendan Allen's, almost minus 400 at this point?
Yeah.
That's a lot. I mean, I think he wins, but we're getting a little crazy. That's a total pass.
Yeah. So before we get to my favorite part of the show, the Ambag special, a fight we didn't talk about, just want to get your quick opinion on, since I feel like, you know, I'm awesome at like doing adequate tape to look like a smart dude online, but this one I actually did a lot of tape. Is the Moral Oral by versus Urosh Medic fight? I don't know if I know you like work a fucking shitload.
Yeah.
Did you get the tape Oral by, and like, do you have thoughts on this fight? Because we're just starting to, like, we don't have any lines out yet, but this line took some fucking weird movement. A lot of steam on Oral by. And then it came back down on Medic, and now it's like, last I checked, like minus 130, plus 110 range.
So I haven't taped it as much as I'd like. My plan is tomorrow morning before work, because I work. I mean, I work in this gym here for like 60 plus hours a week. So,
he worked so hard he couldn't leave to do the show.
Yeah, no shit. Like the gym just closed, like right before we started. So, no, I haven't taped it as much as I'd like to, but the dude's legit from the little bit that I did see. So. It's probably one that I'm not going to get to touching on this card, just because like there's a lot of unknowns. But I'm going to do some time to take some time in the morning to break down this fight, get some stuff. I'm going to do a write up on my channel, because I didn't get to put it on my video because it was announced like as I was recording my videos. So I'm going to do a write up for it after I've taped it a little bit more. But I understand why money's coming in, because people also kind of want to fade Medic, because Medic is. I mean, he comes from Alaska FC, and a lot of guys that come from Alaska FC don't turn out so good. So I understand that the knee-jerk wanting to fade him, but, you know.
I will say that, like, just some of these people in the chat, I don't want to give them credit. There's people like their opinions I really respect. People that aren't here, like Mike, like Brady, who, you know, they love what they see from Oral by, and like I watched the tape, and you know, it's weird to compare him to Bo Nickel or Johnny Hendricks. So I'm not trying to compare the skill set, but what I'm seeing is a guy who started off with a grappling base, and he's starting to say, I just want to fall in love with my hands. Got a couple of meme KOs. I think if he doesn't go to the grappling early, he's fucked. Like, I think Medic, we're going to see him at once. There's a lot I don't know about him at 170 with Medic. But what I saw on Oral by on tape is like, dude, so hittable, and like his kicks are good. Like, does body kicks, does leg kicks, but when he throws punches, it's all 1-2s. Like, there's no variety. His right hand is powerful. Like, he had an uppercut finish. Like, I get it, but like, you go watch like the first round of his last two fights, and it's just 1-2. Like, it's all it is 1-2s, and like, as much as I don't like rate Medic super highly, I think he's going to be like, this is the only way this guy throws. I think Medic can sleep him. Like, I really do. I think if you like Medic here, and we're still waiting for lines, like, you play Medic in the distance, because I don't know what a Medic decision looks like here. I can see what an Oral by decision looks like. It's that he went to the grappling and like top timed them. I'm not really worried about his cardio, even on short notice. He's underweight to begin with. He just came out of a fight 3 weeks ago. He probably like just stayed ready. But like his striking defense is like really shitty, dude. Like it's I think it's really shitty. Like I'm just bucking the trend here, man. Everybody's like, oh, he's really good. And he's good. And Medic is not. But like literally, Medic is like the thing Medic can do is what Oral Bai is still learning how to do. And that's striking defense. So I don't know. But let's get to the Yambag special. Nice. Anybody in chat, if this is the first time you're watching, number one, shame on you. Watch this show every week. That's what I work hard on. And number two, we are betting on a point deduction. It's 20-1 odds on DraftKings Sportsbooks. It was not a sponsor of the show. They're the worst. Doesn't have to be a shot to the sack. It's just funnier. I root for it. It's what I want. It's what I'm about it, as the kids say. Ty, what do you got? I only have one. I didn't even come up with a backup. I only got one. What do you got and why for a Yambag special?
So here's the deal. So I went back and forth on a bunch of these, and the thing I kept running into is the ones that I was finding that I thought were most likely weren't likely coming from a Yambag shot, and instead they were like a fence grab, an eye poke, something like that. So I said, you know what? Let's dig a little bit deeper here. Put your 138 MMA analysis glasses on, and we're going to dig in deeper. So what I did is I went through and I was like, okay, what sort of things lead to kicks square in the nuts? Well, when one person is drastically taller than the other. So even though I know I already picked Jose Johnson by submission, I think we get a ball shot in that fight prior to that. So I'm going to say Anheliger versus Johnson, we get a ball shot. Because when you have one guy that's freakishly tall compared to the other one, that's just what happens. I mean, when you're that tall and you go for a leg kick, the balls are right there. When you're that shorter and you go for a body kick, sometimes you hit the balls. So I think that one's the one where we get the Yambag.
All right, man. I got one that checks all the boxes. Sloppy heavyweights, Southpaw versus Orthodox. Yeah, give me Parkin Machado all fucking day. Especially if Parkin wants to grapple and Machado's just like Machado could like blatantly grab the cage so bad they're like, we have to like literally take a fucking point. I mean, if it's Mark Smith, I lost the bet. At this point, if I see him as the ref, I lose. If it's Herzog, I got a shot. And if it's fucking Herb Dean, it's like depends on his mood.
What do you think about if they would announce the referee prior to the fight, like the day before the fights?
Well, I don't know why it's such a problem for them to do it.
Right.
Like, they know the assignments. It's not a problem. And, like, if anything, the odds makers could adjust a number, seeing it. And, like, I don't think we would have a problem as gamblers. It's like, we just want to fucking know. If it's Mark's, like if Mark Smith is the ref for the next Melsick Bagdasarian fight, I'm like, awesome, I'm betting Melsick. He's going to fucking, like, murder the dude. He's going to hit him in the sack 3 times, going to rake his eyes and grab the cage. Or, like, what's the fucking dude that just beat Nathaniel Wood? Naimov.
Yep.
Dude, if I know I'm getting the same ref and they can adjust the odds accordingly, that's great. That's great. I'm betting fouls, bro. Like, I don't know why it's such a problem. Why can't you announce the refs? Look, I cap NFL. I know who the refs are game morning. And I know what refs call more fouls, call more holding. Like, I know the crew. Like, good, that's just more information. Like, I don't understand. Like, soccer, dude, I bet cards in soccer. I choose violence, sir.
And don't even know what that means.
But who the ref is and how quick their trigger is to call cards is massive, dude. It is a massive swing in the bet. Every other sport tells you who the fucking refs are. The UFC is so cheeky about this shit. Not UFC. I mean, Bellator is the same way.
Yeah.
Like,
all of it.
Dude, all people do is fucking crucify the commissions constantly. You can't help us a little bit. You can't mollify. Like, dude, come on, man. So
real quick, since you
Pepe's saying to avoid bribery. Well, we're already past that, dude. What's the fucking dude? Who was the dude this weekend that was Brian, whatever, it was against everybody? Who's the fucking ref this weekend, man? It gave the 30-27 to Ricci.
Oh gosh.
Brian Minor or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Minor.
I mean, he's beyond bribing. That's the 30. If he's giving 30-27 to Ricci, we ain't able to bribe this motherfucker. He knows he's giving 30-27 to Ricci. He might have given her 30-27 and fucking finished. Be like, well, I had it 30. Well, I had it 10-8. Ridiculous. All right, Ty. Tell the people where they can find you and what you're doing. And thank you so much for coming on, dude. Long time overdue. We will work again. I just hope you work out next time.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
I don't have by rule. I don't have non-swole, lazy bitches on the show.
Well, I'll never get swole. I got to keep this weight down in case I decide to fight again, right? But no, yeah. So people can find me on 138 MMA everywhere, pretty much, except for Instagram. They made me put a little underscore there because some Yahoo that never posted anything stole it. So whatever. Go report them as like a fraud thing on Instagram, would you? But Lou, thanks for having me. I appreciate the heck out of you. I'm 138 MMA everywhere, but Lou mentioned something about commissions, right? On my channel, this video for some reason didn't get a lot of views. It's a fantastic interview. I did it with referee Rob Lures of the Nebraska Athletic Commission. It's a fantastic interview. Rob is an amazing referee. He's also worked as a judge, and he sheds a lot of light on some things. Go to my channel, 138 MMA. You can find it. It's 3 numbers, 3 letters. You already know the letters. The numbers are pretty easy. It's a 1, a 3, and an 8. They're all on the clock. You can just look up and see them. We're good. So 138 MMA, go there. Watch that video with referee Rob Lures. He's fantastic. It's about an hour long. We met for 20 minutes, and we just couldn't stop talking. But it's great. Watch that. You can find me everywhere. And if you want to see all my notes, everything like that, you find me on patreon.com/138MMA. For the best breakdowns on all of YouTube, you know where to find me.
I only say things that I mean. I support Tyler's everything he just said. His breakdowns, he's old school with the whiteboard, which I fucking love. I told him that when we first started talking. I'm like, dude, old school. And it doesn't, he can give you, what I like is he gives you breakdown and say, I don't want to bet it. But he gives you like real breakdowns with the whiteboard, compares like every metric in the fight. I love his breakdowns. Well worth watching. Great resource. Thank you again for having like the time to come on. This is where I'm supposed to tell you what I'm doing. I'm on Mushroom's channel, like literally when I'm done here. And then I'm right back on my channel at midnight for the happy hour at Monk. So I'm a busy boy tonight. And then Effie's my guest in 2 weeks. But before I let you go, and Mushroom can fucking wait. What do you do for Thanksgiving, my friend? I'm thankful to all of you that have watched the show. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Ty, to the chat. What's your Thanksgiving like, sir?
So everybody's gonna be really disappointed in me. I'm actually opening up the gym and working for a part of the day. And then after that, I'm going to go home and do some tape for the upcoming fight cards. Okay. So I just work. That's what I do. All I ever do is work.
I work several jobs, but I was born on Thanksgiving. I go to the Dr. and Mrs. Betya compound for Thanksgiving. That's whatever. This year I'm not on Thanksgiving. I'm the day after, and just gonna hopefully drink for free. That's all I ever really want on my birthday anyway. And I want Mrs. Betya over there to leave me the fuck alone. It's the gift that keeps on giving on your birthday. But how old are you?
I turned 32 in 2 weeks from yesterday.
Happy birthday. I got underwear your age, but happy birthday.
There you go. Yeah, 30. I'm 32 here in less than 2 weeks, man. I'm getting there.
46 next week.
Well, you got a few years on me. No big deal.
Diet. Obviously, the diet and exercise is what got me this far. But guys, guys in the chat, thank you for tuning in. Ty, thank you so much for coming on. Pepe, thank you for being fucking most ridiculous human being I know. I fucking goddamn love Pepe. It cracks me up. Pepe and I, by the way, I can't. You know what? I'm not going to say it. It's for me and him. Guys, good luck. See you in 2 weeks with Effie on the Austin card, and protect your bags, and we will see you soon.